Hello everyone, welcome to the TelexFREE Training Series. In this video we're going to talk about how to set up your bank data, which of course is important because that's how you're going to get money out of TelexFREE and into your bank account. And we're actually going to talk about how to do it in the United States. So this video is if you live in the United States, if your bank is in the United States. There'll be a separate video for international banks around the world. So in this case, you can see that I've logged into my back office of TelexFREE. So I'm in my back office account and I want to set up my bank data. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Your Data, Bank Data, and you'll see it brings up a screen giving me bank information. And this first screen that comes up is actually for people to use in Brazil to put in their Brazilian bank info. So if you don't live in Brazil, you'll want to click on the International Bank tab. And this is the one where we can go and enter all of our bank information for those of us that live in the US and worldwide. So first thing I want to do is put in the name of my bank in the first line. So for instance, if I'm using Bank of America, I just type in Bank of America. If I was using KeyBank, I would type in KeyBank. If I'm using Wells Fargo, I would type in Wells Fargo. If I'm using my local credit union, I would just type in the name of my local credit union. So put in the actual name of your bank, whatever that is. And don't abbreviate too much. Put in the real name. It can be important when they go to send you your money. And then secondly, I'm going to put in the bank address, and here again I would just put in the address of my bank, and you can just put in the address of your actual branch, whatever the address is of your bank in the town where you live, and just type in the street address, the city, the state, the zip code, and just put it all in this line. The next line is the bank SWIFT code, and in the US we do not use a SWIFT code for this purpose, and we do not use the IBAN code. So we're just going to leave those blank. We're not going to put anything in those. Name on bank account. So this is going to be your name, whatever name is on that bank account. If it's your company name, it could be your company name, but typically it's going to be just your personal name because that's the name that's on the account. And this is important because it has to match up with the bank records for it to go through. Address, this is going to be your address, whatever address again that you use on your bank account. We want to make sure that it matches up. So again, this is going to be a street, city, state, zip code for your address. So name on account is going to be your account, your name. Address is going to be your address. The routing number, most of you know this, it's found on the bottom of your checks. Typically, it's a 9-digit number. Usually starts with 125 or 325, or there's a couple other scenarios, but you can usually get it from the bottom of your check, or you can go to your bank and ask them what routing number to use. Some banks use different routing numbers depending on where you live and just where your bank is. The withdrawal that you take from Telex is going to come through as an ACH transfer. So if it makes a difference, talk to your bank, tell them that you're getting an ACH transfer from a company in the US. It comes from a US bank, comes through as an ACH transfer. So make sure you get the correct routing number that should be used for your bank to receive an ACH transfer. And then account number is just going to be your account number, whatever your account number is with the bank that you do business as. So again, it's just bank name is whatever the name of your bank is, the bank address, street address, city, state, zip code. Leave the SWIFT code blank, leave the IBAN code blank. Name on bank account is your name, whatever name is on the account. Address is your address, routing number, account number. And then you'll see at the bottom it asks for your tax ID. This is whatever tax ID you used when you opened your TelexFREE account, your TelexFREE position. Whatever tax ID number you put in there, typically that's going to be your Social Security number. Unless it was a business, it might be your tax ID number for your business. But this is just to verify that you are you. So you're the only person that knows what your tax ID number is, so it just asks you for that to verify that you are the person making these changes. Enter your tax ID number here. If you have any trouble, just enter, typically you're just going to enter the numbers with no dashes. But it can be if you when you entered it in originally, if you put in the dashes, you might have to enter the dashes here. But whatever originally is your tax ID number is what you want here. And then you're down at the bottom, you're just going to click on Save Now, and it should say Save Successful. If you get an error message, like I say, you might have to go back and re-enter your tax ID number with dashes or without dashes. It should just be all numbers, and it should say Save Successful. If you run into problems and you just cannot get this screen to work, then you can enter a ticket, contact your upline, they'll escalate it up to one of us, and we can contact the company and do something to get it to work.